Anytime I watch a good sports story, I'm drawn into its world in a way that most stories rarely manage to do. I find myself 100% invested in the hero's journey, enthralled by each and every moment. Even though I'm not the world's biggest sports fan, I'm riveted by shows like The Last Dance and Hajime no Ippo. I'm fascinated by the quests for achievement, the search for mastery that often brings out the best in someone and ultimately leads them to victory. Sometimes, even legend. To say that I had no expectations when I first started watching this anime would be a massive understatement. But before I knew it, Blue Lock had its hooks in me and had refused to let go. In Blue Lock, hundreds of young Japanese soccer players are chosen to live in a giant sports complex with the intention of rooting out the world's best striker. One selfish enough and with a big enough ego to only care about one thing: scoring goals. And with that, the story begins. The initial number of players slowly being whittled down until there is only one. What I love about this anime is how it portrays the harsh reality of competition. The story pushes the theme of survival of the fittest to the limit, its characters battling to conquer their opponents and themselves in order to improve and eventually rise to the top. Whether it's a better player or a better team, they're always facing new obstacles, constantly being reminded of just how hard it is for them to succeed. Blue Lock's characters regularly have to overcome hopelessness and despair, especially when facing opponents that are leagues above them in skill. That feeling of being outmatched is extremely relatable, so watching the characters of the show wrestle with it is fascinating and immensely entertaining to watch. Survival for Blue Lock's characters often comes down to whether or not they can adapt and go past their limits, and in moments of desperation, when characters are faced with the prospect of failure, the competition builds and builds until it becomes an absolute joy to behold. The camaraderie between its characters makes the anime even more intriguing. The friendships formed are heartwarming, but ultimately bittersweet, because we know that one of them has to lose. Such moments force the characters to really question just how much they want to win, and whenever we learn a player's motivation, it makes their plight that much more understandable and relatable. You might find yourself rooting for characters you'd never expect to be rooting for in a million years. But that's because you grow to understand what victory means for these characters, and that loss for any one of them might mean elimination, not just from the competition, but the show itself. So you can't help but feel sad whenever that happens to a character you've grown to love. And that's a testament to just how good the show is. Details like that go a long way to making this anime truly special for me. The animation looks and feels incredible. I'm captivated by each and every crafty maneuver, each desperate moment, and every heartbreaking goal. I love how moments like that are emphasized by the reactions of the players, how tactics and plans are broken down and analyzed. I especially like how players try to outsmart each other, using whatever weapons they have at their disposal. At times it feels like you're watching a fight straight out of a shonen battle anime, and I love it. So, at its heart, Blue Lock is simply a story about wanting to be the best in soccer. But what it excels at is in portraying that harsh reality of competition, both in sports and in life, that wherever there are winners, there are countless losers that never made it there. Blue Lock is all about finding out what makes the difference between the two. So throughout its 24 episodes, I was amazed by how it managed to make that harsh reality so entertaining to behold. That's why Blue Lock is awesome and definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching and stay awesome.